Good morning, everybody, and happy Tuesday. In fact, happy Taco Tuesday. This is my Happy Taco shirt, and I thought it would be appropriate to wear today. So, what I wanted to talk to you about, I know some of you guys saw a similar video yesterday on healthy slow cooking. So, what I'm talking about is the Easy Vegan Bundle, and there seems to be some confusion still on when you buy it, what happens, or maybe what it is, and things like that. So I'm here to tell you. And if you want to leave a comment or let me know how you're doing today, I would love that. Good morning, Miss Linda. I'm glad to see you here. So the Easy Vegan Bundle, actually the sales of it end tonight at midnight Pacific Standard Time. So it's a bundle of vegan products, each one from a different vegan blogger or author. Good morning, Miss Pam. How are you today? And you get it for one low price. It's $14.99. And you get 16 products, including one of my courses, one of my online classes that you can go watch, that's usually $35. So it's like a steal, really. But you do have to make some effort as part of that. So since they're all from different bloggers, what happens is you pay your $14.99, you get a sheet that has links and codes, and for each product that you want, you click the link and you put in the code and it makes it free. Now, if you don't put in the codes, it's going to look like it's asking you to pay for it over and over again, because it doesn't magically know you have a code. So I'm going to show you a couple things, and then I'm going to show you a little more about the bundle in case you didn't see yesterday's, because I think it's an amazing deal. So you're getting one of my $35 classes for $15 plus 15 other things. And these ebooks are like 60 to 100 pages and there's 4 meal plans and things like that. So anyhow, let me share my screen and get over here. I'm never quite in the little circle quite right. And Joanne said, good morning, A. B, that she bought it. She thinks it's a great price and a great offer. It's easy to download. And I think that's the thing. I think as soon as you understand what to do. So what happens is when you buy the bundle, you get this list. And yes, there is a big black rectangle so that you can have all the codes and you don't get the links that just magically take you to the free stuff. When you get it, however, that black rectangle will not be there. So what happens, and as you can see, these are all the different things. There's 4 meal plans, there's several cookbooks, all the rest are cookbooks except for the Vegan Mindset, which is a video course, and the Veggie Full Instant Pot Stew cooking class, and I'll show you around there a little bit too before we're done. So what happens, and if for some reason you buy this through me or anyone, whoever you buy it through, email them. If you don't get this list, that meant something went wrong in the interwebs. And as sometimes happens. Oh, Sherry Ward loves the bundle. Oh, that's awesome. And Pam says she's going to get it after this. Great. And Pam, make sure to stay tuned so I'll show you as much as I can so you know what you're getting. And that way you'll feel good about it. Because I think what happens is people are buying and they think it's just one download that they're getting, and it's not. So you are going to have to go through these, and they are on different systems. And so if you're unfamiliar with buying on the interwebs, it could be a little confusing. But I promise you, if you're a little confused at the beginning, the first one you do, by the end, you're going to be an old pro and you're going to be shopping on the internet like a monster. And oh, and Joanne, that's perfect. Joanne actually saved this page that came once she bought it. Because what happens is you buy the bundle, and the bundle you're buying is this list with codes and links, okay? And Linda said it's so much easier when you use the code, when you use the code, she's buying one as a gift today. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, it's actually a pretty nice gift. You would have to then gift them the stuff you get, right, from here. And it is a good idea. Whenever I buy a bundle, so bundles have been out in the blogger world for a long time. So we buy courses to try and improve what we do. And there have been blogger bundles forever. And this has 16 products. I've had blogger bundles that had 87 products. So that's a lot of downloading. So what they recommend for the blogger bundles is then just download what you want, right? Some of it you may not want. And that could be the same thing, even though this is less. Even if you only downloaded 10 of these 16 things, you're still getting more than your money's worth. And for instance, and we'll look at this, the Vegan with Curves menu plan is a weight gain menu plan, and maybe that's not your goal. Or there's also a vegan fat loss menu plan. Maybe that's not your goal, right? So, but there's one for either one that you want, but chances are you probably don't want both of them at the same time. You are welcome to download them all. You're welcome to keep them all. But it's also okay if every single thing isn't for you. You'll still get value out of it. And Joanne said she thinks it would be a really wonderful gift too. And it's true. So again, I want you to see this, because if for some reason this comes in your email, or I think I had someone, it was just tiny, they couldn't really see it, then email whoever or try and open it up bigger. You know, like if it's just a little teeny tiny thing on your email, usually you can download it and it will open in a program. Most likely it will open in something like your Adobe Acrobat Reader. And that may be true, Linda. And so you do need to download these things by the end of the year. I can't remember the exact date, but Linda's saying she thinks that it was December 31st, 2020. So that still gives you like 3.5 months to download all these 16 products. Chances are you'll download these 16 products in less than half an hour. Probably, once you get speedy, it could be 15 minutes. And Joanne is verifying that you do need to download these products by December 30th, 2020. By the end of the year. But that's plenty of time, and it's super easy to go ahead and download these. So all but 2 are PDFs, so that means you are going to download those to your computer. If you're downloading those using an iPad or a tablet, what you're going to do is these are going to open up in your browser. Let's say you're in an iPad. It's going to open up in Safari, and there's a little thing that looks like a piece of paper with an arrow. And you click that, and then you can save it to your iBooks. And then you just have it there in your iBooks forever. If you're on an Android, I don't know exactly what it is, but there'll be something for you to click to save it, and you could save it in your Kindle. You can save it. It'll give you the choices of programs you have available to save it in. So I highly encourage you to go ahead, especially if you're on an iPad or another kind of tablet, to go ahead and save these, because if you just open it up in your browser, it doesn't save it. You won't be able to come back to it. You'll have to come back and download it again. And if I did email someone directly with a link, but if you Google how to download a PDF on my kind of tablet you have, tablet, you will get step-by-step instructions. And it's a handy skill to have. So I think it's a good thing for you to have. So I'm going to take this down here, and I want to show you this. So let's show you 2 things. So this is my program. So actually up in here would be a coupon link that I handily deleted because I remembered this time. But see how it says here, and actually my big head's in the way. Let me move this a little. Can I make this guy smaller? Hello. Okay, now I have a wee small head. Let me move it down too. There we go. So you can see that this says it's for free. So there are just 2 things in the bundle that have the coupon kind of added in with it. I think both those products are on Podia. But For both of the e-courses, mine and the Veggie Mindset, you're going to come back to whatever this address is. So like if you went through and bought this for free, it's going to all of these are going to ask for your email address. So you're going to have your email address in for these 2 courses, and it's going to email you something back about your login. If you forget your login to mine or anything that you've bought from me on kathyhester.podia.com, you can always go back, put in your email address and say forgot password and reset your password. And so that's going to work with a lot of this stuff too. And Joanne is saying you can also save into Kindle, but you can save it to your iCloud. Yeah, there's tons of ways to save this, and whatever you're used to, please do that. If you're new and you've never done anything with PDFs before, typically you have a tablet because you're using Kindle or iBooks to begin with, which is why I usually say to default to that. But it's totally up to you. Okay, so that's one way that you're going to see it. And we're going to go through and we are going to buy this How to Start a Vegan Mediterranean Diet. So I'm going to click here to buy now. And here's the thing. I do not want you to enter your credit card for any of these things that you're clicking on. Right now it's asking for a card number because it doesn't know I have a coupon code. It just doesn't know. So there's no way to tell it until I put the coupon code in. So I know it's kind of a knee-jerk reaction to go ahead and put in your credit card information. Put your code in first. Excuse me. So, and look, it may or may not have a little place for you to put a code. This one doesn't. What do? Look for something that's either blue or underlined. See, when I put my cursor over there, it's underlined, and the hand comes up, which tells me it's a link. So I'm going to click on Got a Code, and look, now it gives me a place for a code. I'm going to update it, and look at that. But see, I had to put in a code, and I had to click the button that said Update. These tiny little steps are going to change depending on which platform you're on. So some you may not need to click something after you do that, some you may. There is a page, Marie, it's not actually in the email. I believe it's attached to the email. If you don't have yours, go ahead and email me at kathyhester@gmail.com. I'll just double check with Amy that you've purchased. So maybe if you're using an email that you didn't purchase with, give me your purchase email. I'll check with her and then I can send you that. But it seems like a couple of them are not going through. She's using SendOwl as the bundle sales platform, and there are emails that come on after that. It could be 2 emails too. So Marie, can you tell me maybe when you ordered the bundle, and we can troubleshoot this too together. And again, anyone who's having any issues with it, especially those of you who've bought through me, please email me at kathyhester, kathyhester @gmail.com, and put in the subject, I need bundle help, something like that. Okay. And Marie, you still need to email me though, okay? Remember to do that because I can't get your email from Facebook. So as you see, so I've entered in my coupon code, I clicked update, and then I've been taken to my orders free, enter in my details. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use a slightly different email address. And then I'll have it in my email. And Marie, if you ordered it this morning, that's still not going to help me with your email, sweetheart. I just don't have access to the email links. So I'll need you to email me your email. Okay, and Lisa Mills says, how do I get all this? And I'm getting ready to show you some of that stuff too. I'm going to show you what's in the bundle more. Depending on where you're watching it, up, down, or to a side, I have a link to get the bundle. And actually, if you want, let me see if I can get in here. And I will add that in here. Sorry, I know you guys are probably, there you go. I've added a link, or supposedly I added a link. There we go. Now it's showing. So that's where you can buy the bundle. It's only valid. It's only for sale until midnight Pacific Standard Time tonight. Okay, so then it's going to go away. And Marie, you're going to email me. So I know your email address, and so I can kind of get this stuff going. Alrighty. And Lisa, does that make sense? And do you see the link to buy your copy now in the comments as well? Okay, so I've taken you through how to buy. So, I'll show you some cool stuff. Then we will, let me get this up and switch this over so you can see some more cool stuff on my computer. Okay, so I'm going to show you some of the things that are in there. So this is a 5-day meal plan. So there's 4 different meal plans that are in the bundle. And this is from my friend Mary Ellen. And there's Mary Ellen and her cute face. And so she's giving you breakfast, lunch, and dinner for 5 days with meal prep tips as well as recipes. And one of the reasons, again, I showed some of these yesterday and well, it's also in the thing, but let me try one more time and then I'll come back to this. Let's see if I can get, nope, it's not going to give me that. Alrighty. Let's see if this one will be clickable. There's not much I can do. I'm copying and pasting. So let me give it a minute. But it's, okay, awesome, Pam. And Lisa, it's working for you. That's clickable. It could be what program you're in. But let me let you go ahead and see. So this is on Plant-Based Instant Pot Facebook page. So if you go to facebook.com Plant-Based Instant Pot, you will see this live that's happening right now, and there are 2 places you can click it. I can't do much else while I'm doing this, or it's going to get a little extra confusing. I am already confused enough. It's been one of those days, and I know that they are mowing outside, and I do not know if you can hear that or not. But I'm just going to take a little sip of my morning beverage, and then I will start telling you about some of these goodies that are in here. Deep Zen breath. It's not good that it's 9:30 and I'm already stressed out. That happened long before this live, though. I apologize. It was a stressful walk this morning. And so Joanne said, really, everyone, you should purchase this package. They're really quality ebooks, great photos, as well as recipes. And that's why I wanted to show, that's why I started showing this yesterday and today, because I bought bundles of ebooks that were kind of crappy, honestly, especially in the blogger sphere. But food bloggers are pretty amazing about the photos they take. So again, this is one of the 4 meal plans, and it's by my friend Mary Ellen. She's awesome, and she is so smart about food. And see, look, she has all kinds of credentials. Even. I just make food. So she's got meal prep tips, beautiful photos. And also, what I want you to notice too is not only is she giving you some overnight oat recipe here, she's giving you a link to go find some more easily on her blog. So you even get more recipes than sometimes of what are in the books. Bloggers are very likely to be all sherry with stuff like that. And so some things are going to be simple and some things are going to be more complicated. I love that swoosh in that soup. Okay, so another one is from My Darling Vegan, and it's a 4-week menu plan. And she does shopping lists too, which is pretty cool. Tips and tricks, 4 weeks breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and all the recipes that go with it, with photos. I mean, that's pretty awesome. That's worth probably more than $14.99 all by itself. Okay, this is the Vegan with Curves meal plan. So this is the one that I was telling you earlier. So this one is more of a weight gain. So if you've been having problems keeping weight on, this would be one for you. And she gives you lots of information. There's 130 pages in here. That is pretty nice, which I think is awesome too, because you find often in the vegan plant-based community more talk about weight loss than weight gain. So I think it's an important product. If it's for you or not is a whole different deal, right? It's not for me. I don't have problems keeping weight on. I do that easily. But I love the shopping list and the photos and the recipes. It's just nice. It's a beautiful book. You know, so many of these are really, really, really beautiful books. And now this is the opposite of the Vegan with Curves one. This is the fat loss one. And if this is for you or not is only up to you, right? And this one is very heavily nutrition based, like science nutrition, micronutrient kind of stuff. And so even if you're not looking to lose any weight, I think it's very interesting about all the macro and micronutrients that they talk about. So it may be worth just reading the first half of the book just to learn more things in general. And then the meal plan is the second part of the book. But this, and I mean, look, that's for the week. So there's breakfast, snack 1, lunch, snack 2, dinner, snack 3. Snack 3 is actually, in my opinion, not a snack because it's their vitamins. Not there as in this person's plan, but just mine. If I'm following this menu plan, I wouldn't consider vitamins my snack. Nitpicking. Told you I was a little cranky today. But I think it's an amazing, amazing thing. Like, look at this. All the people who are wanting me to give you nutritional breakdown, look at this. It's breaking it down by day, which is amazing. That's a lot of awesome information. Okay? And then here are a couple of the cookbooks. So this is one cookbook. It's 81 pages. So this isn't like a 5-page, 4-recipe cookbooks that we're talking about here. And there's how-tos, tips, and tricks. Let me get to where once we get, aquafaba, there's a meal plan here. Beautiful photos again. And don't be misled. And see, there's strawberries and cream stuffed French toast. But when you look carefully, you'll see there's vegan butter or oil for the pan. Should you follow a no-oil diet, you will probably know what to do. If you are one of my people or you're in my private Facebook group, Vegan Recipes, Cooking with Kathy Hester, any of these recipes or maybe some of your old favorite recipes that had oil in it, just ask in the group and we can help you make that oil-free easily. I mean, this is like use a nonstick pan. Some answers are truly just that easy, okay? So, and there's plenty of things in here. It's 81 pages. We're not going to go through it all. And this is my friend Sophia, and she has 30 meals in 30 minutes or less. And tips and tricks on how to use the book. Barbecue cauliflower bowl. Let me see if I can make this just a little bit bigger. There we go. Teriyaki rice bowl, zucchini fritters. So many nice things and beautiful pictures. And there's 68 pages of that. Then we have Express Vegan. Super easy, 5 ingredients, 15 minutes, and which is pretty awesome. So for those of you who are just kind of wanting to go ahead, get some stuff together, there's tips and tricks. She's got it all laid out. and chapters and things like that, how to make recipes faster. Shortcuts are always awesome, right? How to save time during cooking. And again, beautiful photos, 82 pages. So these aren't just like little nothing things. That was hopefully a backfire outside my house. All right, there we go. And this is bowls, all bowls. Actually, let me go back where you can see this a little bit better. And that's a list of all the recipes. And bowl basics. I'm going to keep going until, yeah, there we go. We looked at the oatmeals yesterday, but, you know, grits. Those are pretty enough to see again. And lunches and suppers, Asian noodle bowl, superfood salad, just lots of nice, easy things to do. And this is 106 pages. And so lastly, I'm going to go ahead and show you Comfort Soups and Stews from Michelle of Healthier Steps. She is awesome. Her food is awesome. And her photos, just look at that. Her photos are amazing. That's Jamaican pumpkin soup. So these are going to be a lot of soups and stews. And it's 68 pages. So you're going to have a few hundred recipes from this, which is more than you get typically in a single cookbook. Plus you're getting a couple of courses. And again, I will, so like this is my course that's included, which is usually $35. And we make mushroom gumbo, chickpeas and dumplings, and I'm using a gluten-free flour for that. If you don't use any flours at all, I have an option to use potatoes, extra potatoes, instead of doing the dumplings at all. So that should, you know, part of my thing is being very inclusive and trying to make recipes that everyone can eat. So I always have options for gluten-free, soy-free, oil-free. I have salt-free options. Usually I have refined sugar-free options. We can talk about nut alternatives and flour alternatives for most things. Flour gets a little more iffy. There's some things that are a little harder. We make a lentil eggplant stew that is so good, and it's a great way to introduce eggplant to your family. A white bean chili. And I make these a Hungarian cabbage mushroom noodles in that the noodles are actually the cabbage cut into strips, and it's really yummy. All of these are super yummy fall dishes. And so that's what we're looking at for this. And let me go back to here. Here we go. Do you guys have any questions? Because I haven't seen any comments or questions for a while. But if you do, and again, if you're looking to buy it, depending on where you're looking, if you have it open full, it should probably be that way. If you're looking at it in your feed, it's probably up above or down below the link to click to get it. So it includes 16 products, and again, in case you've just come in, let's talk about what you're going to get one more time, because here we go. So once you order this, so you're going to click on my link somewhere around, order it, pay $14.99. Then you're going to get something like this that has all the links to all the products with the codes. The codes on yours will not be blanked out. That is so no one can cheat and get all the stuff for free, but because the bloggers deserve to get a little bit for their effort. And what you're going to do is you're going to click on that link and you'll have a code and you'll go through that. If you missed the very beginning part, I actually go through that with one. so you can see step by step on the rewatch, okay? If for some reason you you don't get that, go ahead and email me, kathyhester@gmail, and make sure that you're giving me the email address in that email that you bought the package with, so I can check that and just make sure, and I can have Amy resend some of that stuff out as well, or I'll send something out, okay? So we'll get it fixed. I know some people have been feeling overwhelmed once they get that list. It's just 16 links, and 2 of them you don't even have to add codes on. And once you've done 1 or 2, then the rest gets super speedy. If you have an issue with it too, email me and I'll send you, I have a step-by-step that I've sent out to someone already, and I can send that out to you, or you could rewatch the beginning of this video. But however you do it, I really do think this vegan bundle is a great deal at $14.99. I have bought other vegan bundles at $60 and $70 that I felt like didn't provide the same quality and value. So I think you should be pretty set with this. I also know there was another bundle that I was involved with just a month ago that I didn't send out to you guys at all because I didn't feel like it was the right bundle for my audience. So I'm not going to be just spouting out, buy this just because. I think it's a good value. I think it's a good fit for you guys. I think a lot of it goes along with what we talk about in my private group, Vegan Recipes Cooking with Kathy Hester, and my cookbooks. And I think they're just pretty awesome. And let's see. And you will probably have some new sites for indie. I don't know what that means, Joanne, for indie. I don't. I have a feeling this is going to be one of my days. So I'm out. Oh, got it. So actually, Joanne said you'll probably have some new sites for information. And it's true because there's 16 different bloggers, and a lot of the bloggers I'm friends with. Not all of them. Some of them I don't know. But quite a few of them I do know, and they're really nice, and you guys would like them a lot. And Pam says, thank you. Awesome. Good morning, Miss Karen. How are you today? I hope you are doing well. And let's see. And Carrie said, can you mention what dishes are included in your video class? Yes, I can, and I will show you again. Let me just get here. Okay, so we're going to make, in my video class, the Veggieful Instant Pot Stews, we make mushroom gumbo, chickpeas and dumplings, and if you don't do any kind of flours, you could use extra potatoes. We do an eggplant lentil stew that's kind of like Greek spiced. It's really good, and the eggplant cooks down really nicely into that stew. So I find it a great way to introduce eggplant haters into the fact that they don't hate eggplant, because you know how I am. We're going to make white bean chili because it's fall, and white bean chili is just like, you know, all chili, all stews. I'm just ready to be all in. And the mushroom gumbo is my favorite gumbo that I've ever made. And it's really easy. All of these are made in the Instant Pot as well. And then we make a Hungarian cabbage mushroom noodles. So like the rabbit ears around the noodles, because the cabbage is actually cut to be the noodles. And it's sauteed with like caraway and, you know, very Slavic spices and smoked paprika and all that. So even though it's kind of onions, mushrooms, and cabbage, but the spices really up it into something a little bit more yum. And especially if you're trying to just like have a couple of all veggie meals, it's a really great one to do. It does not make the same amount of servings as the others do. So Carrie, hopefully that helps And yeah, and that's in this video class. And if you want to look at some of my other video classes, you can go to kathyhester.podia.com. If the winds will blow my way, I will have September classes up for purchase. I'm going to say by tomorrow. I'm just terrified to say by today. But what we're going to do in the new classes coming up that are not included in this bundle, so now we are talking about something not in the bundle, is we're going to do like some easy Indian dishes in the Instant Pot that you can freeze, and we're going to make tofu, soy milk, chickpea tofu, and talk about making other kinds of non-soy milks. So those are going to be the 2 classes this month. I just got to write it all up. Okay, Carrie, awesome. That's great. And Judy's saying, is this a good bundle for eating SOS free and low fat? Some of them will be and some of them will not. So it is not an SOS bundle. It is a vegan bundle. However, most of them end up on the healthy side. Almost any of the recipes you can make oil free. Now, I will say probably the exception, and I don't know for a fact, the Curvy Vegan menu plan is supposed to be a high calorie menu plan, but I don't even know how much oil she adds, but she's for sure adding more nuts at the very least. I know, again, when we were going through those cookbooks, and if you want to go back and look again, most of those were easily changeable to no oil. I think most of the desserts, I'd probably say, will have sugar in them, but you could use date sugar instead. And I always offer using your favorite salt substitute instead of salt. But another thing you can do is something calls for salt, is to kind of add a combination to taste of granulated onion and garlic, which gives it that bite, and some celery seed powder, which also is a very good way to do that. So Judy, what I would say to you, and I did say that earlier, is that if you get the bundle and you have some questions about how to make some of the recipes SOS, go ahead and go to my group, Vegan Recipes, Cooking with Kathy Hester on Facebook, and just ask me about the recipe. I'll go peek in it. Don't put the recipe in whole. Just tell me what recipe and what book. I will go take a look, and I can come back and offer you some suggestions, because I am very confident in my abilities to make just about everything SOS, you know, with some wiggle room. So I hope that helps. Linda says, I've gotten 4 friends to purchase the bundle so far and hoping to convince some more to purchase it today because it was such an amazing resource. Well, I'm really glad. And Linda and Joanne were not paid to say these things. So they really did get the bundle. I think they've had it for a little while, so they've looked through the things and everything. And again, I wouldn't tell you to get it if I didn't think it was a value. That's why I wanted to show you, because it's one thing to say, hey, there's a bunch of cool stuff in here. It's another thing for you to see, you know, and again, we can kind of come back. You know, there are beautiful pictures. There's meal plans. There's all kinds of things. And actually, and see, like, and Judy said, wow, thanks for that tip. So like for here on the caramelized bananas, it's not going to make caramel without the butter. However, sauteed bananas are delicious. And this is like, just to give you an example off the box, out of the box, off the box, not in the box. Just to give you an example, sauteed bananas with cinnamon, and if you wanted to sprinkle a little bit of date sugar on top of that, would be amazing, right? Let's see what else we got. And see, they're using stevia in this one, but in my recipes, I typically say, I'm trying to see if I can find another dessert recipe. What book am I in? That is not going to be a dessert. Let's see what we got here. Cashew bacon bits. And see the soy sauce. So if you're doing SOS, you're going to have no salt. So Some people who are SOS will use coconut aminos, which has a small amount of salt. It is not completely salt-free, so you could use coconut aminos instead of that. Or I would say, what would I do with that instead? Maybe put a little bit of nutritional yeast, some onion and garlic powder, because soy sauce has a little bit of umami to it. So adding something else, or like some mushroom powder with some onion and garlic powder, that would be a good way to do that. You might end up having to add a little more liquid, like maybe some water, to get everything to mix in together, but you might not. So those are the kind of things that I'm talking about when I'm saying I can give you substitutes. That's my job, right? I'm the inclusive vegan / plant-based lady even. So, and my group has both vegan and plant-based people, and people of different kinds of diets. So everyone is welcome there. And does anybody else have any other questions? Because if not, I'm going to go, and then so that this can be replayed and you guys can check it out again. If you're having an issue, email me at kathyhester@gmail.com. And other than that, I hope that you guys have just the most magical day. My day started off cranky. There was a dog trying to instigate. Max's dog reacted while I was taking a walk, so I just need to take some deep Zen breaths, relax. Maybe I'll make something fun, and maybe I'll put it on the blog. So that's where I'm going. Hopefully you guys are doing something lovely for yourselves. And again, that's why I want to talk about the vegan bundle with the meal plans. I know a lot of people are feeling tired and overwhelmed, and some people haven't cooked every day for this long ever. So hopefully this will help, and I will talk to you guys soon.